Hey, now, y'all. Girl, y'all don't know how hard it's been because even when I watched, like, from the first episode, let me say hello. Let me say hello, y'all. I got questions. I got questions. And even if you ain't watching, we gonna have questions. We gonna have them tonight. Mama Ann, how you doing? How you doing? Remember, sis. Mama, Nina. He was trying to run the show, y'all. He was trying. He was trying. I'm telling y'all, I literally, if I wasn't going live and I was doing it tomorrow, I would have rewatched all 4 episodes again. Okay, Harmony says how you doing. You started by sending me that doggone dang on walrus. Mm, mm. We ain't gonna talk about it. We gonna be about it. Oh, we gonna be about it. Harmony, you are a mad girl and I love you, girl. You are a man, and I love all y'all. I'm mess. And y'all know I love a good mess. I love a good old kiki ha ha. How you doing? How you doing? I never think about it. I dream about them, honey. Y'all eat shit, sleep, think about me, honey. Hey, I suddenly turn into JoJo and Casey. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up thinking Danny. See what can get me off of her mind. She think about me. Girl, please stop, because we ain't coming here for that. Y'all stop. Honey, get out of here, girl. Get up out of here, girl. Get up out of here, girl. Don't you tease me with a good time, girl. And don't you give me something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Susan says, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, to that girl. Is that a new one? Welcome. Y'all know I'm a mess. Stream elements, how you doing? Apple Crescent says, how you doing? Yeah, I know I gotta come up here in a mask. I got so much to say. And here's how I know I got so much to say. Tina says, how you doing? How was the pool today? Oh, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it, sis. I hope everybody enjoyed their day. It's pajama jam. Did I put a P back? You know what? We'll fix that later. I gotta put a PJJ. This is a PJJ review. This is a pajama jam review. Don't let nobody tell you something different. It's too late for it to be something else. But Joan, did you watch the show? Did anybody watch Dawn? I don't know why I kept trying to put the thing up, but something was going on with me in the signs, but I'll change it afterwards and we'll put it up there. But y'all, did anybody watch it? Did you watch it? If you didn't, let's talk about it. I knew it was good when I started keeping my notes from the first episode because I'm like, okay, this is good. But it's certain things I just want to make sure I say. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I say. Yeah. First of all, let's start here. I'm not a reader like that of books. So I love when they come to the movies and, you know, I love when people addict to the books and then it comes, they've been talking about it for years. You ain't even know it. Then it becomes a movie. But just John King, how you doing? How you doing? But V.C. Andrews got kind of like a mind for writing. It has to be able to take us places. But what you got to get out of it, and I got a few things out of it for myself. For myself. And some might not have got it. So I'm gonna start by saying, here's what I got. So he did Flowers in the Attic. Many people know that one. I knew that one before I even knew what his name was. But I knew that one. But so Lifetime, he got his little series, his little 4-part series. And I think because he called them part ones, so he letting us know there's more to come. So but anyway, this Dawn, I didn't read Flowers in the Attic, but I'll tell you this much. When I watched the series, it made me want to see this one. Because I wanted to see where that twisted mind was going. But one thing he's showing us is family. I don't know if everybody up in here is like me, but we got a family, right? And they ain't perfect. They a bunch of things. And some of us learn from what they did, and some of us repeat what they did. And some of us repeat and then learn from that. We finally see it. Because you got to see it to change it. It's what we talked about earlier. We ain't going back, girl, because we talking about the dawn, okay? But I want to relate it to like real shit. So we can, even if you didn't watch the show, you can understand why. And like, okay, it's a little twisted. But if some of us start telling about our family, we sound a little twisted. They say, Danny, you couldn't be, or Danny, you couldn't be. Girl, I know your family didn't. They did. Things happen. Stuff happens, but let's get to this family. So they the Cutlers. But really, can we say the Cutlers? We ain't gonna fast forward. We're gonna start from the beginning. So Dawn, she's the star. She's the star. She's the main character we're gonna talk about. But girl, she had a rough beginning. Because she came from a family that had some little power and some names, so they was hiding secrets. You ain't gotta have power and fame. That's why I want to relate it to family. Like you don't. Family have secrets. Some of them, the big name they are was built off of holding a bunch of secrets. So, what we call his mind twisted, or is he just showing it to us in different ways? I don't know, but I was interested. So, I want to start from my beginning notes because y'all know I'm not a note person. I'm an off the cuff. I'm like Biggie Smalls. I ain't writing it down. Y'all know he was in the studio not writing. He was just flowing. Anyway, but I had to write some notes. So, some things start backwards. So like this family, this girl, basically, when she was born through an affair. We'll get to everything later, but she was born through an affair. So her family sent her to live with another family. So she grew up thinking she was one thing and then got back to her family and found out, you know what I mean? She was something else. But it all leads because the family that was raising her was no family to her. That wasn't like her family. That the family that raised her was not her family. Her mother, see, because I don't want to go all over the episodes. So since all four have aired, and it's hard for me to just go in an order exactly. Crying Red, since I get during. Yes, and since even if you didn't watch it, hey, we just about to talk. It was just a good show, so we're gonna just talk about it. We don't talk about the show. I'm gonna talk about it, and then we'll talk about talking about it. And if you watched it, you can throw in things about it. Yes, Twisted Family. I got Twisted Family. I'm part of the Twisted Family. I'm part of the Twist in the Twisted Family. Okay, and it's happened. It'll be it. Your family got stories, honey, and some of us don't even know the past stories, but they got stories. They got secrets. They got what they think secrets, but the whole family talking about it. You know how that been secret, like people don't think such and such and such and such, baby. I mean, it happens all the time. But basically, because if people didn't watch, I'm just going to tell it in this kind of order. So it's not going to be in no exact order of the episodes. It's just the story. Because sometimes the story tells you in episode 3 instead of episode 1. So we just going to go frontwards, backwards. And Crazy Cat One, like Duran says. So basically, this girl, Dawn, is born. But her mother is married. So, because I don't want to mess with people's names. That's why I got to get these notes. So her mother's married to a man. While married to the man's father, she has a relationship with her father. So we'll get to the deep details, the secret parts, but we're just going to start. The man's father, she has a relationship with the man's father, has a baby. Her mother, oh, this is so hard. If you don't watch it, I'm not saying the names. Because I want to make sure everybody can just keep up, even if you didn't watch the show. So Dawn is the main character. And Dawn is born living basically a lie. She's sent to live with a family that is not her family. So it's not her mom, it's not her dad. She's sent to live with a family, and then she learns to go live with her real family. And this man is being told that he's her father. You know what I mean? He's her father, he's not her father. This is her real mother. Her grandmother is the main character. So Lily, she the beast. She the beginning, she the end. She's the grandmother. She has her daughter's baby. Okay. Anyway, so her daughter's baby come back. We gonna start from where to me the show stooped up. Episode 2. Dawn is 17 years old. She go to New York. She's a singer. She's a beautiful singer. She's talented. So even though her life is scarred, it's so scarred that this girl grew up with one family, falling in love with a guy named Jimmy, who she thought was her brother, but really wasn't her brother because that wasn't her real family. So she was always in love with Jimmy. So just don't know that. She's always been in love with Jimmy, but that's her brother. She thought it was her brother, it's not. But then there's a guy that is her brother who's obsessed with her. Okay? I knew from the moment I seen him he was a snake. I kid you not. If you watch the show, I knew from the moment Philip brought his punk ass on the cameras, he was a snake. I knew he was going to have something. It was the look he was giving her. Like, you know what I mean? When it was in that restaurant, I was like, oh, it's something about him. I just don't. I just knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I wasn't going to like him. I knew it. And I knew I loved Jimmy from the moment I met him. I knew it. I knew it. And I love Dawn. You know what I'm saying? So Dawn's 17. She goes to school. And Dawn meets a real friend from day one. Okay? Now, when she gets there, her grandmother, who she just met 4 months earlier. Because remember, she got raised by another family. So she don't know that these Cutlers are her family. Because she done dated, remember this Philip. She done dated Philip. Because she didn't know she related to Philip. That's her real brother. Because they got the same mother. That's her brother. But she don't know it. Because she thinks she related to Jimmy. She thinks Jimmy's her real brother. Well, but Jimmy really one of the sons of the Rolling Stone because his father was having babies everywhere. But we'll get to that later. So Jimmy, and she thinks her real brother, she thought Philip was, and she dated him once upon a time, just so you know their backstory. Then she finds out who her family is. She goes to live with her real so-called family, which is her mother, her grandmother, her sister, her brother. But now her mother, she got kids by a couple of people. She married to this one dude. Mama, not grandmama, mama got a story of but she ain't never told her kids. Matter of fact, remember she been lying to them. You didn't even know this was your mama until 4 months before. Then they send you off to school, this little, we'll call it Juilliard. They send you off to a little Juilliard school, so you could be a performer or whatever. You get there, you meet a good friend. The owner of the place is, what's her name? Knox Landing. Yep. She's a fan. Oh my God. Oh, so bad trying not to get off on names. But anyway, she already got the word from grandma. Grandma done sent a whole letter, let her know what she know about this granddaughter. She don't know nothing about this granddaughter. All she knows is that this granddaughter was, a sin. We'll call her a sin because that's how they looking at her, like she a sin. So she comes to the school. They got these strict rules on her. They ain't got on nobody. But she got this friend. Her friend is good. Her friend is infatuated with this teacher, this teacher, Michael Sutton. She infatuated with him. She always talking about him. He hot. Everybody want him, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, with Michael Sutton, and I already knew once this friend was talking about Michael Sutton, I said, I ain't gonna like him. He gonna be trash, y'all. I knew it from the moment I saw it. I'm like, oh, he gonna be trash. He gonna be trash. So Michael come on, he charming, he leading on like he dating, flirting, but then he acting like he not. Then he is flirting. And of course, y'all already know what happened. They getting it on. But remember, she's 17. Because she's 17 years old. They getting it on. She gets pregnant. He flees. Boom, he gone. She find out everything he telling her is a lie. You know what I mean? He's subletting a crib from somebody. She thinking he making it. You know what I mean? So he leave. It's things that happen. But like I said, if everybody hasn't seen the episode, there's no point going to every single detail. But she ends up thinking she sees him when she goes to his crib. She gets hit by a car. She doesn't lose the baby. She doesn't lose the baby. But because she gets hit by this car, Grandma Lily gets word like, oh, she in the hospital. Because remember, they a big name. They own this hotel. They a big name. They money. And Yes, yes. So grandma pop up at the hospital like, hey, shorty, so you knocked up, huh? So you are a slut like I thought. Cause she calling the girl a slut because her mother had a baby by somebody else, by somebody else, by the father of her husband. You know what I'm saying? But so she like, hey, look, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you down to the Meadows. It's one of our little cribs up in Virginia. I'm gonna send you down there. You gonna go had this little this is what she say, had this bastard child because grandma a beast. But see, one thing I gotta tell you all the time I know is some of the beast women you see, because I only speak women because I'm a woman. I can't speak what men do because they do because I'm not a man. But as a woman, I know most of the beasts you see, trust me, they story ain't just because they want to be a beast, so they just it's gonna be some background, but we ain't getting into grandma right now. But grandma come like, hey, you can go to the Meadows, you're gonna have this baby, and then we'll figure out everything else after that. But you know what I mean? If not, it's the streets. Cause you're not gonna make us look bad, be this single 17-year-old pregnant Cutler, you know what I mean? Cause that's your last name. You know what I'm saying? Cause stank daughter, whatever. So that's really the but anyway, so she goes to the Meadows. As soon as she get there, it's like 1960. Well, it's the 70s, I guess, when she having this baby. I guess that's the time. She get there. It's her two aunties, Emily and Charlotte. Emily is a super religious enthusiast. Like, I mean, she literally is a beast. She ain't got no light. She ain't got this. Everything is of a sin. They ain't got no electricity up in there. They ain't got no nothing. Everything is bad. So she telling them like, "Hey, I'm gonna be the midwife." Soon she said, "I said, girl, don't, girl." She couldn't touch my stomach. You know what I mean? And then Charlotte, she keep telling like, "You can't have no." When she get there, she telling, "You can't talk to Charlotte without me." I knew as soon as she said it, Charlotte got something to say. So Charlotte kind of, when they introduced Charlotte almost seemed like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. She all seemed low. She seemed messed up. She seemed like her brain isn't all the way there. Like there's something going on. So I'm like, oh, maybe Charlotte was a sister something happened to. She's seeing pictures of people that she never met but look just like her. But it's, you know what I mean? It's a family member. It's one of her aunties done passed away. It's supposed to be really Dawn's name, but because they done sent her away, she got a different name. And so these are little back pieces I got to throw in. But so one day, Dawn catch Emily while she's pregnant. Now, her auntie is starving her while she's pregnant. She's overworking her while she's pregnant. She's basically having these church services where she's telling her she's the biggest sinner in the world. The baby is the devil's spawn. I mean, it's so terrible what she's doing to her because it's like she's trying to make her lose the baby. So then she catch her auntie walking down with a baby, like a holding a doll, singing to a baby, and I said, she go in a room, it's a whole nursery. So then she realized, like, dang, my auntie had a baby that she lost. So when she had the baby, I knew it was gonna be weird because now remember she's supposed to be the one helping her, the midwife, supposed to be helping her deliver this baby. She tell like, oh, it's a breach. If it's meant to live, you'll have it. Like she naturally had this baby. Like you gonna just have it. She has the baby makes it. She takes the baby out. Then she send in Charlotte. Now Charlotte ain't slow no more. Charlotte came in and Charlotte is tricking her. As soon as she tell him like Emily said, drink this, drink this. I'm thinking, don't drink it, girl. Don't you drink it. As soon as she drink it, she talking to Charlotte. Here come old Emily, mean Emily. And Emily tell her like, hey, the baby didn't make it. It was too small. It wasn't supposed to survive. But she's so drugged up because Charlotte done slipped or something. And y'all, just to cut to the chase, Jimmy come at the right time. And she kind of half in and out. And Jimmy rescue her. Just to get to the point, Jimmy rescue her. Then Jimmy take her back to the crib. She been like, take me back to, the Cutler's cribs. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe they did this. I need to find my baby. because unlike her mother, she wasn't allowing for her baby to just be taken. Because see, even if it happened, we got to break the cycle. And that's what I was getting at. That she's about to break this cycle. I can feel it. I'm like, she's about to break the cycle because her mother had a situation that led to a baby that her family took, and she didn't go fighting to look for where it was. You know what I'm saying? This girl was like, I'm fighting where my baby at. She was like Sally Fields and Where's My Daughter? What's that movie? Not My Daughter. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She went. That man took her baby all the way to another country. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna fight their system, get my baby." She was bringing her baby out like an. I ain't even do it, but yeah, y'all know it. Go watch the movie. But yeah, so she come back to the crib. She come at the right moment. Grandma Lily is dying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She walked in telling Grandma Lily, like, hey, where is my daughter? Grandma, like, man, you are my biggest curse, because what grandma know is you gonna take away what we trying to hide. I'm doing all this stuff to hide these secrets, hide people's scandals, hide people's addictions, hide people's cray-cray, hide, because I'm trying to keep the name up, so we can have something. Because if we don't have this money, we just a crazy family. We just a broke, crazy family. I'm trying to cover it. That's looking into grandma the long way. But anyway, grandma died. And grandma, like, I ain't telling you shit. And she died. She died happy. Okay. When she died, basically, they got to have a will reading. So remember, the grandma was married to the grandma was married to the father who her daughter had a baby by. So her husband, the grandma's husband, had a baby with her daughter. Okay. So Lily's husband had a baby with her daughter. Lily's husband is the money. Okay? So when he died, he had a special thing in his will. Because these men, honey, they be thinking about it. He said, wait a minute. There's something in my will we not even going to bring out until this bitch die. I'm just being honest, y'all. That's what I'm getting off what he said. About what he did with this will. So in his will, he said, oh, by the way, I actually had 2 kids outside, and one of them is Dawn. You know what I'm saying? So here's the situation. You know how this heifer thought she had all my stuff because she was still living? All right, good. Well, Don, the one y'all been treating like crap, the one I done had over here living with a whole nother family, knowing it was my child. The one I done done had the worst life. Well, not really, because Don was happy with her other family. But he was trying to make up. So he said, "Hey, look, she gets 60% of everything, which means no matter what, she is the majority holder. No matter what, she is now the power. No matter what, all y'all. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, Don's sister hates her. Okay, Don's sister thinks she hates Don because even though they took Don away, they did all that. The truth of the matter is, Don was better than her. Don was the shit. And at the end of the night, we'll get to what Don was. We'll get to that later. But her sister hates her. But her sister thinks she's better than her because she grew up a Cutler. You grew up over there a nobody. Your last name ain't even worthy of talking about because you was a nobody. And it's all, hey, we know you not really my daddy's child, which is the son of girls, because there's a lot of mixed twinkling around here. But that's a whole other story. That's another part of the warpness. We don't have to get into. Just listen to the story. But um, yeah. I got Fire Stick stuff. I haven't had cable in almost 20 years. I wouldn't know what it was like to have Comcast. I haven't had cable. I've streamed or off YouTube or off Fire Sticks, and but yeah, I was broken around Fire Sticks for so many years. But now it's just you have them on there. Yeah, you're streaming devices. Sometimes you share devices. I mean, streaming things with other people, family shares. But yeah, I haven't done cable in so long. It's ridiculous. I couldn't. I refuse. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. Xfinity out here is one of the biggest ones. It's like too expensive. Way Comcast Comcast was ripping us out. That's only out here. Comcast was ripping you off. Yeah, it's too expensive. Flying red, but yeah. So, where was I? Don's grandma. Oh, so the father, she gets everything. So now you know the sister's super jealous because in her mind, the brother was next. She was gonna be this. She was getting this. She was that because she was always there. So to her, it's like, how does this girl come? She was with us for 4 months. We sent her away. She got knocked up. Then she was gone for 9 months having a baby. Now she back. You know what I'm saying? 9 months after having that baby, and now she taking over. Like her sister was pissed. Her sister was pissed. So uh she coming, she get her baby back, her and Jimmy together. Her and Jimmy, of course, they gonna get married. She got the hotel now. The hotel's her. She got to take over because her grandma was her grandma. She ran it a different way. And one of the ways her grandma ran anything was one, she had Charlotte messed up. She didn't pay people. She didn't respect people. They owed her. She was a Cutler. She was somebody, and that's how even Dawn's sister was. You know what I mean? Like it's my name. I get what I want. I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? I say what I want. And Dawn, you're nothing. You're nothing. So the truth is, Dawn was the only Cutler because she's the grandfather's baby child. That makes her official, just like who she thought was her dad that you are a child of, you're an heir of, you know what I mean? But so she mad. She tried to pull it on her sister, and her sister to own, and her sister tell her like, "Hey, I run this. You can't run up in here. You can't do this." Because she let her know I'm boss now, and that she hating it. She is hating it, and I'm loving it. And the good thing I forgot to mention, Trisha still remains her friend through this whole thing. It's no point in going in and out. Like Trisha to me was a real friend, and she was her friend the whole time. And if it wasn't for Trisha, because that's what I forgot to say. When Dawn left that hospital, she gave the nurse a note like, "Here, please, I have no way to reach my friend Trisha. She's not answering the phone. So give her this message because she's going to come back looking for me." And obviously the nurse gave it to her because the nurse was able to tell Jimmy where she was. That's how she found him in the because I was like, how did Jimmy? And I remember like, oh, she gave that nurse that letter. So like if you watch it, there's a lot of like note parts that you would have noticed, like, oh, that's why it is, because you have to pay attention. You got to listen to every word they're saying. You got to watch it because they telling lots of the story or parts and pieces. But basically, so anyway, she's running the hotel, and in this time, a lot is going on. Her brother Philip is infatuated. He brings a girl home. He done eloped with a girl he so-called dated in college and got back up with, who looked like his sister. He infatuated with his sister. Like I said, he's a creep. He was a creep from the beginning. He was a creep to the end. But so he brings this chick. Now, early on, the chick, right after she meet the sister, she's like, man, we look a lot alike. He had me dye my hair and stuff. First of all, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, that's kind of weird. He had me dye my hair, and I look so much like this woman. I dyed my hair the exact color as her. I'm wearing it the same style as her. That would have caught my eye. It caught mine. It caught mine. Okay. So anyway, old girl gets pregnant. She goes one day and tells her, like, man, I caught one day he was, walking around drunk. He went into your old room in the hotel and was sleeping in your bed. And then she like, I'm pregnant and I wonder if he don't want me. So she's like, oh, she blow it up, but she know her brother crazy. Well, she know he's infatuated. Like he's crazy. And she had told him she was going to tell. But once again, people with these secrets, like we could just get this out on the table, we could save something. But like I said, Dawn is being hunted by, the things with her auntie Emily. Now, Emily alive, but she's just hunted by her. Even though when she left that day after her baby was born, honey, she checked her, honey. She said, imagine how painful it's going to be for the devil when you die to spend the rest of his life with you. I said, ain't the devil going to be mad? Oh, that mean that woman evil. She's evil. She's evil. And there's this chauffeur help guy who I knew early on in the movie he's gonna be somebody. We'll get back to him later. And so, anyway, she being hunted by her. She's being hunted by her grandma. The things her grandma said to her in the 4 months she lived, what are the things her grandma thought about her, she that hunted her all the time. You know what I mean? And Like I said, Jimmy's still this great guy. Now Jimmy done looked into stuff, and he was already telling like, we had a sister. He introduces her. They go one day to meet her. The girl is living with his other family, the Osborns or something like that. But they go meet this little girl, and as soon as they meet this little girl, I'm thinking, this little girl about to be a part of this movie. But she's with her father. She meets him. They go on because he telling her like, I had a sister. She was adopted. She the same age as this girl. We kind of look alike. I think it's her, but it was her. I think it's her. The little girl runs away. Now I ain't never seen a kid run away. Now I know they rich. I said, dang, you so rich, a kid run away, even they just met you, even if you related or not, and they could just come stay with you. Your lawyer can make things happen. But now, don't get me wrong, the little girl was trying to say the father was doing stuff to her. You know what I'm saying? Well, why ain't they investigate that? But anyway, the little girl stays with him. She's almost like the bad seed. She gambling. She talking about where the liquor at, playing truth or dare. She just a mess. She just a mess. And Don is on her, but she kind of blackmailing Don because Jimmy got a soft spot for her because it's his sister. You know what I'm saying? And and so she playing Don. Even when she get caught doing stuff, she telling like, "Oh, if you make a promise to me, you break it, I hate you forever." All this, just playing with her emotions. And Don is fighting herself because she keeps finding herself saying stuff to this little girl. Like, man, you think you're supposed to be entitled because you came up in here? The same kind of stuff her grandma would say to her. So then she trying not to. So she fighting herself, but she grown. And I was thinking, man, well, even in this episode, I'm like, in the second one, I'm like, man, it just seemed, I feel like it's a lot going on because a lot about to happen. And honey, yes, it was. It was about to start going down like Chinatown. I said, wait, what is going on? Oh, this shit was so good. It was so good, but I feel like I need to watch it twice. Like, I literally need to watch it again and again. And like, I could just keep referring to it because I'm probably going to get more and more out of it each time I watch it. But and then I want to watch it in a row, not watch the first episode when it had like a week after it came out, then watch the second episode, then watch half of the third one, and then today watch from 3 to 4. I want to just like watch them all in a row. Like I want to binge it. Like I just want to sit and do it. But Fern was the sister. Fern was the sister. Oh, she was such a little annoyance to me. I knew I didn't like her. I ain't like her. She was bad, like a bad seed. And then Dawn, one day they get a call from the principal. She first of all, she came in while they was talking. I'd be like, look, girl, we talking about you, not to you. But anyway, she come up in and just like, what's going on? They like, hey, your principal said you ain't do your homework. She gave him some pity. She leave her stuff out. Dawn going her book. Now this girl got in her book bag showing that she a liar. And then she basically was playing them. But the family was like, hey, y'all could keep her. We think y'all could help her more than we could. They couldn't help her. I could tell this girl was gone. She was lost. She was in a fairy tale and she wanted a certain life. So now, mind you, Fern and Christy, which is the baby that she had from the dude's son, they are about 5 years apart. You know what I'm saying? They not far apart when Fern come to live with them. You know what I mean? She like 6, 7, and Fern like 11, 12 when she come. You know what I mean? And Christy is Dawn's daughter that she had by the teacher who abandoned her and left. He never was there for that baby. Like I said, she married Jimmy. Jimmy is the father to that baby. So Fern come. Let me tell you something. Jimmy was bringing his whole family. He brought in his brother. Who we only gonna bring him up because he really wasn't doing nothing earlier, but later he'll be somebody. But he brings in his whole brother. I think his name was what, Maven? What was his brother's name? Mavin. But he brings in his other brother because his daddy was a Rolling Stone. He was having baby wherever he laid his hat was his home. And so they end up, going on with their life. I guess they don't keep raising Fern. They don't keep raising Fern. But they got a baby. They have another child. That's toward the end. They have another child by the end. But they stay married. Jimmy is a great father to this little girl. They raising her right. In betwixt this, Sutton comes back out of nowhere. Sutton come with his daughter about 8. His daughter about 8, 9 years old. He come out of nowhere. Now remember, he left when she first said she was pregnant. He come back when the baby 8, 9 years old. And this fool has the nerve to come back and try to extort for money. Like, I'll take you to court. You know what I'm saying? I do this because he's trying to blackmail that whole, I'll tarnish your famous name. I do this, I do that, I do this. Man, all out then she started having flashbacks about her grandma. So, right? And then she just come back too. I said, girl, you need to respond to him because I would have told him, take it to court. I was a shorty. You was messing with me. You know what I'm saying? You was somebody. Go on ahead. Go tell him he was taking advantage of your, the people that work with you, your students. They'll know it wasn't just me when we finished. But she didn't. She was even more gangster. She literally told him, like, man, I ain't giving you Nathan. And all I've ever done is made mistakes with you. You know what I'm saying? Because when she was messing with him, she wasn't telling people. So nobody knew that. Nobody knew that was her baby dad. Nobody. Even at this time, nobody knew but the people she had told, her buddy and her husband. That's who knew. But other than that, nobody knew. You know what I mean? So him coming with that, he gonna make himself. But when people trying to extort you, they know you worried about that name, your money, your this. You don't want lawsuits. You don't want the media. You don't want the press. She told his ass no. And then she's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. She gets talking. I look up, as soon as he walk out, I said, oh, they go her lawyer. So she doing it like a gangster would. Hey, she told that fool real quick. She said, oh, yeah, this is such that he's going to introduce. He's going to shake hands. She said, my lawyer. And he said, oh, and then she tell him who he is, and she tried to pump him up when she introduced him. Like, oh, this is Michael Sutton. Have you ever heard of him? She said, oh, I'm a fan. He said, I don't have any of his old. Now, look, remember, y'all, he said he a fan. Listen, he said, I'm a fan. He said, I don't have none of his old music. Huh. But I definitely got his new recording. That dude pulled right there and pulled that tape recorder out. I said, oh, gotcha. Good. Man, that was priceless. It was priceless. It was a priceless moment. So then, just when you think moments couldn't get more priceless in this episode, here came that damn sister. She back. She back with us thinking, but what was her name? Something Jean. What was her name? What was her stinky sister's name? I couldn't stand her sister. Don's sister, I couldn't stand her. What was Don's sister's name? See, that's what I have to go to know to get all right on everybody's name. Clara Jean. Clara Jean, like I said, she's jealous. She hates her. So she come back out of nowhere. Because, I forgot to tell y'all. The first time that, because I'm going to miss pieces because it's people who haven't seen it. I'm just trying to give it as a story. When Dawn got pregnant the second time, she got pregnant for the first time by Jimmy. Because they're married and she got pregnant. She got into it with her sister. Her sister's so jealous of her. And her sister basically caused her to have a miscarriage. She beat the baby out of her. So her sister was banned from being anywhere on them premises, period. Okay? So, right after she lost the baby is when Fern brought all stanky butt up in there. But yeah, so, her sister pop up back. It's a few years later. Her sister pop her old stanky butt. I said, wait, all the stanky legs coming back? So her sister brought her stanky butt up in there and came with some dude, her new boyfriend. Her sister was giving us 80s life, honey. She was giving me Jane Fonda. She was giving me the 80s girl. She was giving it to me. But anyway, so her sister come in with her boyfriend, and she thinking like, what is she doing on this property? Like, how dare you? So she tell her like, girl, you here when you know you go to jail for what you did to me? Her sister like, hey, before you talk about jail, I got something to say to you. So here come her boyfriend. He a lawyer, honey, and he's telling Dawn like, hey, yeah, first of all, she's the only Cutler. You're not a Cutler. Now we know no, not that she wasn't a Cutler, because she is a Cutler. That her sister was supposed to be in line after Philip and all this stuff. Her grandma had promised, and she was telling like, girl, bye. At the end of the night, you know what I mean? Grandma wouldn't let you wash her clothes, girl, let alone run this hotel. She know you wasn't about nothing. She know you was the loser. She knew it. She knew it. She hated me, but she knew I had it. I had what she was. I had that in me. I had that fight in me. I had all that. She knew it. So the sister tried to talk to her like, well, you was the only one who wasn't my daddy, because she still thinking her daddy is this one man, but her daddy's not. And and Dom busted her ass out and told her, look, go ask your mother and basically your real father, which I forgot to tell you, boy Browns, but he done died because people dying left and right. If I keep up on who dying, y'all, I'm gonna forget half the story. It was so good. But like go ask them. She said, hey, and if I'm lying, I give you the hotel today. But if I'm telling you the truth, don't you bring your skanky, stanky ass back up in here ever. The sister go out with her boyfriend and they drunk and she talking shit. First of all, they standing at the edge of a cliff. As soon as they were standing there, I knew somebody was falling. I don't know, to all those who watched it, when I saw them standing there, I said, somebody about to fall. Somebody about to fall. So first of all, she almost pushed him off at the beginning. But then she started talking crap and he was like, girl, you're not even a Cutler, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not. You are, what is her dad? Because her dad was a good guy. That's the worst part. Your dad was a good guy. Her dad was the, hold on, I gotta go through the names. Alcott. She was an Alcott. So, your father's actually a good man. But anyway, he like, you are Alcott. You ain't a Cutler. Don is the one. You're nobody. So he now treating her like she used to treat Don. You know what I'm saying? And man, she go to push him off that cliff. He give her because remember she pushed him in the beginning. So this time he kind of gave her move out the way, hunty. Anyway, next thing y'all know, it was slow singing and flower bringing. Everybody had on Black Girl. Clara was gone. She was gone. And the worst part is they was playing Amazing Grace, and that was the song Don sung to get in love with Sutton. I said, well, look at Lou. Looky Lou. See what happened when you do that? Anyway, when we get to toward the end of the last episode. Because I'm wrapping it up for those who didn't see it. And I so want to go in these comments after I wrap up so then I can see what people were saying if you watched it or if you were saying, because then we go backwards. But I'm just trying to give a quick wrap up for those who didn't see it, but it's a show. When we get to the end, now, Claire, the last part of the 4-part series. Claire's daughter, she's 16 now. Christy's 16. They got a son. He like about 7. Christopher, I think is his name. He don't talk in there really to the end, so we're just gonna call him that son. She's still married to the great Jimmy. Her brother's still infatuated with her. But Jimmy's brother is back. And that brother I told you came in early, ain't really do nothing, but he back. He back. And so is Fern. Fern is back, and Fern is drinking, smoking, droking, choking. She's very jealous of Christy. Because remember, she was living a lie. Remember, we done found the book. She's lying. She ain't nobody to nobody. That's really her family she lying on. So she was just lying. She just wanted to be a part of. So she's jealous, but she's back. Her jealous ass is back. And I was thinking, wait, what her jealous ass back to? She owns something I don't trust. But long story short, Philip bring his ass. Christy is a pianist. She's 16. She does pianist. She got dreams, you know what I mean, doing Carnegie Hall and all this. And she's going to be this big star. But she's a well-balanced kid. I mean, she's only 16. A year younger than her mama when all the fires started. Remember that, because cycles. She's getting ready to have this big performance. All these people are there. The whole family's came. Oh, and Claire's mama and that. Claire. Dawn's mama done passed. She done had a stroke. She's gone. So she's performing at the repast for her grandma. She's performing. Everybody's there because of this. We learned then that Christy is messing with her stepdad's brother. And she's in love with him. Okay. And when she's telling her friends, they're like, whoa, isn't he related to you? And she's telling them, like, no, it's just my stepdad's brother. He ain't related to me. He just 3 years older than me. He's not my uncle in real life. You know what I'm saying? But they kind of ew. Who does that? And then, like I said, Fern is there. She's drunk. You can tell she's jealous. Philip is there. He's drunk and he's still obsessed with Dawn. He's obsessed with her. And he's all on the dance floor. Oh, and there was a time he came to the house. He hadn't been around in a couple of years because he came to the house one day, tried to assault him. She broke a picture. She told him, "I basically I kill you. You come around me, you put your hands on me, I kill you." But she should have been telling her husband, but she didn't. She thought she handled it. But now we at this day, he's acting a fool. He's being hella aggressive. Everybody's knows. Even her daughter, like, man, he's always draped over. He's always there's the uncle. I guess it's how family is because her stepdad is telling her the importance of family. And then that's why he'll always be there for her. He'll always be family, blah, blah, blah. I knew as soon as he was saying it, this was going to get said soon. I knew it, y'all. I felt it in my spirit. Because one thing I know when you're watching, writing or film, sometimes they setting you up for it. Even when it's a villain, been on a villain for a show for years, watch how right before they take him out, they kind of desensitive, they kind of like make you like him a little bit before. So you could always think, oh, they're about to change. I don't know. It's just something they do to us. It gives us more effect in watching. It does me. It does me. Because if you keep him a villain, I'm like, let him be gone. I don't feel nothing like that. But they having this great moment. Like I said, Philip's obsessed because he's always obsessed. Fern is jealous because she just wants a life. She's living in her head of this life she feels she wants, and she's gonna make it up or take it, and she's just jealous. Long story short, Philip's wife get mad. She walked basically down into the basement. She goes straight to Philip's little man cave room at the hotel or whatever. She go into it and it's a shrine to Don. He's so obsessed with Don. It's a shrine and he does this. Meanwhile, something's going on with the building. Jimmy's going because he got to go down there. He about to light the, you know what I mean? Oh shit, the furnace went out. Something went out. He going down there to check. When he goes down there, he get into an altercation with Philip. Philip attacks him. Philip's whole wife, because remember she just called his room. He called her. Well, she found about his room. He called her, found out she knew about the room. He was walking off, so she's down here for all this. He gets into it with Jimmy. Poor Jimmy. I'm sorry, that's for my medicine. He gets into it with Jimmy. He attacks Jimmy. They smell gas. Don like, man, I smell gas. Jimmy went to go check on this. I'm going to check on my husband. She go. She finds Jimmy unconscious. She with her husband. Sadly, we lose them both. And the daughter becomes a renegade soldier for the truth. Because one of the things I'm going to say, and I thought this when it happened because I'm missing things because people didn't see it. And I'm sorry, y'all, for those who did. There was a part when she's telling her daughter all this information about her life. I'm like, dang, it's the same day all this happens. Dang, she giving her a lot, but it's good she did because it opened the door for her daughter to go then find the truth. You know what I'm saying? And even when she's going for the truth and she's digging into all these secrets that from the beginning her mother been saying, I'm gonna put all the secrets on the table. I'm gonna put what I know. I'm gonna get it out there. She really ends up doing that. And just like her mother was a better version of them. Like they weren't loving on people, they loved on people. Like Auntie Emily ended up dying. I'm missing so much. And Auntie Emily ended up dying. When Auntie Emily died, Dawn was actually going there to tell her how free she was. This before she passed. Auntie Emily had died, so Charlotte was there, and Charlotte was happy. And Charlotte was messing with that man. Hell, what was his name, y'all? What was his name? What was his name? Because Charlotte was in the lead. What was his name? I know I put him in my notes. I put him in my notes in the beginning because I noticed even when what made me really notice him that he was going to be somebody was when she was asking him early in the episode one day, could he take her back to town? Could he just take her back? Could he take her back? And he was like, I can't. I got to do what Miss Emily say. I was like, something about him I going to tell. It's going to come back later. What was his name? I know I got it. Oh, here it is. Luther. Luther. It's a lot. I'm telling y'all, and that's why I kind of don't even want to tell the ends of anybody because it's good. But if we want to talk about questions, but I'll go always here because, like I said, it was good. It was turns. It was I thought like I just knew Jimmy was about that. I did not know it was gonna be Dawn and Jimmy. I didn't. Mm-mm. I knew once I seen Luther standing with Charlotte, I knew that baby she lost. Now, what I didn't know was because we ended up finding the baby had lived for a while. It didn't die as a baby, but I think they had another one. But I knew as soon as I saw them standing together, I said, oh, they didn't like it because she fell in love with a black man back in them times. So that's why they were against their baby. But I knew that was her baby dad. I was like, oh, Luther is her baby daddy. But in the end, first of all, like I said, Alcott, what's his name? Alcott, the one who ended up marrying the mother, the one who was really the father of Charlotte Jane. Um, he ended up coming like, man, I should have been there for you when your mama died, like when your grandma died, and I should have been there more. And he ended up coming for Christy. But anyway, he takes her to Philip crib because Philip been attacking her because he's so obsessed with Dawn that now that Dawn is dead, he is convinced that Christy is gone. He's infatuated with her. Okay. Just like he was infatuated with Dawn. Just like he's the reason Dawn was dead and the reason that Jimmy was dead. And I didn't have a Philip makes me sick. But anyway, so they go to the crib, and at first I'm mad at his wife because at first she was like defending him, like he would never have attacked you. You saying this, he never would have did because they done brought the police. You know, her step, her granddad, and they done brought the police. And at first they're like, no, no, but Philip is so crazy that he starts telling on himself. He starts saying, "Don, tell him we're in love." Don, this is Christy, and she keeps telling you that this is Christy. Every time he ran into her and be like, Don, this, I love you, Don, this, and when he was attacking her. So he's telling himself. Then his wife gets mad because she's known for years. You were obsessed with Don. I guess his wife thought because Don was dead that maybe his obsession would stop, but it didn't. So he ends up getting arrested. He ends up getting arrested finally, some justice. But he ends up getting arrested for the murder of Jimmy and Don, and for attacking his niece, like because he was obsessed. It was good. Like I said, I want to watch it all over again. Like especially like knowing the end, I just want to completely watch it over again. I just really do. Hmm. Yeah, like I said, I have to watch it again. I have to watch it again. It lit because, like I said, that stuff is so deep. The stuff that when you were watching it earlier, later makes sense. Where you're like, oh, that's why this. That's why I say so. You have to watch it. So now that you know it, I want to watch it in completion at one time. I'm like, oh, we're binging. I'm binging this. Y'all know I'm going to the zoo tomorrow, and I'm like double bubbling. Like I have juice at one point, then I have my like I'm going to the zoo. Like I'm literally got a long day tomorrow, but I'm like, oh, I'm binging. I am binging. I am binging. I don't go to work till Wednesday. Like I am binging. I am binging. It was good. Like it was so good. Like so many of them characters were crazy though. They were a mess. The father was a mess. Grandma was a mess. Was a mess. I couldn't stand Fern. I couldn't stand Philip. I couldn't stand Carla Jean. I got half of them was a mess. But it took all of that to make, like I said, because when you think about Dawn, she was the opposite. Like how her grandma brought dark and Emily brought dark. She brought light to people. Like even to Charlotte. Like Charlotte was in misery living with Emily. I know they like he said when Emily died, he just put her in a barrel and then dug up some dirt and then threw her in the hole and covered it. I said, honey, that's just how it would have went. It's just how it would have went. Yes. Yeah, it was deep. Yeah, I watched it again. Like it was so good. It was so good. But did you notice that when they were showing the commercials of the whole Like during the whole time they explained series, especially on the last episode, when they were showing you the commercials for his series and stuff, they were really emphasizing and even said on some things that this was part one, which makes me think it's definitely a part two because there's still more to go. Hey, Maria, we talking about that show, V.C Andrews, the Dawn. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Like I said, I could watch it again. I could truly watch that again. It was so good. It was so good. It was so twisted because it was just like nobody belonged and nobody they telling. Everybody like just lying. This your daddy is really not your daddy. This is your real daddy. But I'm with him. But as soon as he died, I'm back with him. It was a lot, man. But it ended up that the grandfather took advantage of the mother, so she wasn't having an affair with him. He assaulted her. You know. Hmm. Oh, thank you. Like I said, it was good. It was deep. It was so many like twists and turns. But I certain things I knew from the very beginning. I knew her and her sister's relationship was gonna end up where she'd be laughing in her sister's face. I just felt it. Like she gonna get the last laugh on her sister for real. You keep playing somebody like that, you gonna get it. Daisy, how you doing, sis? You gonna get it. Did y'all watch the Dawn, or do y'all know who JC Andrews is? Have you ever watched? I know everybody done seen. Well, if you didn't, you read it. Flowers in the Attic. I watched the movies and the series, but I didn't read the book. But yeah, it was good. It was definitely good. Like I said, he has a twisted mind. The twisted mind of JC Andrews. But like I said, I love twisted mind when it comes to writers and directors and producers because I love Quentin Tarantino, and he is definitely got a twisted mind. From Dusk to Dawn to come on, y'all, Taxi. Like Quentin Tarantino has a mind. I love Quentin Tarantino. I do. So the twisted mind sometimes, and then what's the guy who does the? Oh, people know him too because he does more than just the newer versions of the Halloween. Oh, what is his name? He's famous. He got a real twisted mind. Oh, what is his name? And I know he should be on my list. Where is it at? What is his name? I know he should be something. Rob Zombie. The twisted mind of Rob Zombie. So there's some of those people that they had a twist, but I like them. You know what I mean? But like I said, to me, V.C. Andrews more just show like family. So some of us ain't gonna tell that twisted part of your family. They'll be like, oh yeah, my cousin might be related to my, you know what I'm saying? Because some people got it, not because you did it, it's just part of the story. It's part of the story. It's just family could be twisted. I wish it was perfect. I wish it was the best thing. I wish I could tell every person that's gonna be stand up in your family. You're gonna like them. You're gonna mess with them. You don't even know them. It's family. It's just that's what family is. It's at the end our bloodline made us family. Like that's that. But then when you're talking family, it take more than just saying blood. But you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to your family story, nobody's is perfect. I mean, all of us. You'd be surprised some of the people you think the biggest whatever. They would never. They might not have, but honey, do you know their family? Family. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's on Lifetime. Yep, it's on Lifetime. Now I don't know if all 4 episodes are on YouTube, but I know it's on YouTube. Like you can watch the episodes on YouTube. But I don't know if all 4 are on there. But I know it's on Lifetime. What is that other one? Tubi. So like once again, if you don't have cable, there's all these streaming devices that can get you the same packages. So some people just have those, but Tubi got it. I think Hulu got it. So it's on a bunch of those different devices if you have them streaming networks you can watch it. So it's definitely a stream available. Cray out here during. Hmm. But it was good. All right, it was good. It was definitely something I could watch again. And like I said, if I just sat here and wrote things I was writing when I wrote my notes during the different times of watching it, this is let's see, what I wrote. It's things I wrote in these are notes. Okay, I wrote because like I said, certain things caught me, and I was like, "That's the things that's gonna be something." So when it happened, I just wrote it. It's like she moves to New York. She gets a best friend, Trisha. Uh, she loves Jimmy. He wants all his brothers. Like I said, I was just explaining things like that. That was something I wanted to talk about. But he's not a blood. He leaves for the military right when she go to school. Dawn starts sleeping with her teacher, Michael Sutton. I wrote that in my notes. And she gets pregnant and he leaves her. Dawn was sent to live with her aunties in the Meadows. That's what it was called, the Meadows. It was like a prison of torture. Emily and Charlotte were her auntie. Uh, she sees this picture of Eugenia. It was an auntie who died. Let's see. They drugged Dawn when she has her baby. These are just things I was writing in my notes as they were going on. Jimmy came to save her afterwards. Because, like I said, I know everything between, but these just things I was just writing. Trisha got the note from the nurse. That's how Jimmy found her. I made sure I was like, because it hit me when it happened. Like, it was that nurse from. See if you don't write it down. I wasn't thinking about that note from the nurse. And so I'm like, how the hell Jimmy know where the Meadows was when he was driving, when Luther was driving in? I was like, dang, I'd have been nervous. Luther was getting ready to go bury her. I thought Luther was getting ready to take her out, y'all. I thought she was going on a long ride like the mob. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is going on? But what else did I put? I put oh, and then I had put when they got the wheel after the grandma died, because that's when she found the grandmother. She found out that who her dad was, because she had been asking her mom, "Who is my dad?" And she wouldn't tell her. She just kept saying, "He's an evil man. Just know he an evil man." And what else is saying? I put in here. Oh yeah, the William Cutler was her dad. Don gets everything. She gets 60% of the estate. That's the hotel. Now she's the majority. I put Clara Jean is pissed. I put that in my notes because Clara Jean was pissed. She was pissed. I loved it. Her jealousy, but I said she hates Don. Her jealousy is too much. And one thing I know, because I am a sibling, and now even though I didn't have it with my siblings, the thing is sibling rivalry is real. If you think there are people always say only children, I always say, man, I wish I had a sibling. Every sibling don't get along. I know some siblings don't ain't talked in years. I know some siblings ain't gonna never talk. It happens. It happens because some of them grow up thinking that you were better or loved better or this, and they can't get past that. And some you treat it like shit, and they just can't get past that. Might have been abusing them when they're young, and they can't get past it. But sibling rivalry is real. It happens. It definitely goes on. I mean, for people to act like it don't, I say you must land on something. And the more the merrier for it to be one. You could have 6 kids and 4 talk, 2 talk to each other. I mean, it could be one. You could have 2 kids and they talk to each other or barely talk to each other, but they love each other. It don't. It depends on what they are. It's siblings. Um, let's see. She's so jealous. Here comes I put here comes Jimmy's sister Vern. I don't trust her. I didn't trust her from the beginning. I didn't trust her when she was sitting at that table being all sweet and innocent when they met. I just didn't trust her. She ran away and came to the hotel. I put that in my note. Jimmy got siblings everywhere. Did he had that brother come in? These were just the notes I was keeping to myself. And like I said, I just was literally, these are literally my notes on this. On Dawn. I just would write little things I was thinking about. It was deep. And like I said, I'm not going to erase that. I'm going to keep writing when I watch it again because that was good. Uh-huh. You know what? Let me tell you something, Susan. You know what I thought? Charlotte gave her that same thing they tried to give Dawn. But Dawn Ramon took a sip. That's why she was able. She was starting to her body was starting to paralyze, but that's why she was able to get up out of there. I think she did. I mean, you stand with the craziest woman ever. If you didn't learn how to do anything, you'd learn how to be crazy. They didn't say it, but I'm like, Emily was happy. I said, "Ooh, Emily's so happy. She had a boo boo in the house." She said, "Honey." Then he said, "Can I come back from the barn?" I said, "I'd have came back from the barn today." Emily died. I'd have been out that barn. I'd have been staying. And then what we learned also was that they had another shorty. Like I said, I knew that was her baby daddy. Hmm. Right, he had the birthmark. That was a shorty, and they knew it by the birthmark because they had put him up for adoption. Just 'cause that was their thing. So they make you think somebody dead, so you're not looking for him, but really they put him up for adoption. And it's warped as that is. That really went on in places because you might have had children. Like I said, they had places they used to send young women to have babies, and the women came home, but the babies didn't. And those women didn't have records on where them babies went. They don't know. Hmm. Yeah, and you shouldn't. Somebody toxic. One thing my twin always says is when you really love somebody, you gotta love them from afar when they hurt you. You got to know how because you gotta love yourself. So you have to. That's the truth. Family is not the word. Doesn't the definition of family doesn't have anything to do with treat me like shit, abuse me, do something. Because family should, if it's saying anything, say it should be a boundary on how far you're gonna take it. But if you don't, honey, you can get dismissed too. Because family is what you make of it too. Because some people, just like myself, I love my family. I love my bloodline, good, bad, or indifferent. That's a fact. But at the end of the night, I got some family that ain't got no blood to me, and they're family. They're family. I love them. The only difference is we don't share relatives. That's it. So that's family. And some of those family that I love, they ain't blood. They ain't perfect neither. They ain't perfect. And honey, if you go into their family, it ain't perfect neither. So I mean, it's just what it is. That's family. Right. Found in the field, and then he just put in the he put in the wheelbarrow and threw it in some dirt. I'm like, did he at least dig 6 feet? Then he said, I hadn't did it in a long time, but I'm still good. I said, how many people has he buried? But he just threw them in the whip. We'll talk about that later, Luther. They better tell me in part two why was Luther that comfortable with the burying of people. But then again, he worked for Emily. Who knows who she had him burying? Shoot. Hmm. Yeah. And that's what it is. We can all relate to some part of it or just breaking the chain. It's not what my family was. Am I still that? It's so many people that are like, man, my mama wasn't none because it was a this. And you doing just what she was doing in a different form. But you still doing it. So you could say she wasn't there for me because she was a druggie, but you ain't there because you were drunk. You ain't there because you so busy being miserable that you're just not there because you don't know how to be there because you can't come out of it. But you're still not there. So somebody got to break the cycle. Somebody got, and that's what Dawn was doing. She broke the cycle. She didn't lie to her daughter. She didn't lie about who her father was. She didn't lie because she was like, it's what hurt. Somebody got to break it. Once again, when we talk about it, sometimes even I went through it, so you didn't have to. I know what it caused, and I'm sorry. But if I do, then hopefully you can break the chain. Because I'm sorry I didn't. When that link was passed to me, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, but I always believe if you didn't do it at that time, if you can learn before you go and try to do it, that's all I could have done. That was my best. Because some people go to their grave never even saying I fucked up. I messed up. I didn't know better. That was the best to me. Some people can't give you that. Hey, Claudia, how you doing? Oh, thank you. I ain't you. Tomorrow, me and my oldest granddaughter Brooklyn, we're going and we're gonna do the other half of that zoo. So tomorrow, you know what that means? It's lions and tigers and bears. Oh, when you get to the lions and tigers, I get excited. Y'all already know I get so excited about the lions because I run with the pride. I gotta see what they telling me. What they talking? What they saying? I gotta know. Break that chain. Break that chain. That's all we can do. Or otherwise, we're just going to repeat it, the cycle over and over. And that's what it would have been on this. It's just when she lost her daughter, then her daughter been in the world forever, not knowing. Then it came back, and it just would have repeated and repeated and repeated. And so yeah, like I said, it was so good. I'm like, oh, I could watch that again. I could watch that again. I'm getting up early in the morning, but I'm not gonna watch it all over tonight because I want to watch it when I can just sit and watch it. Like when I feel like having a Law and Order, when I have my SVU binges, I swear I'm watching it all day. When I have a Snap, I ain't done that in so long. I used to watch like Snap all day. I'd be watching Deadly Women and all those all day. I could watch a binge watch Golden Girls for 10 hours, binge watch episodes of Friends, binge watching episodes. The new season of Sex and the City one day. You get what I'm saying? Like, please, that's nothing. It just becomes my day, honey. I'm in it. I'm playing it. I'm watching it. I'm sitting down watching it. I'm rewinding that episode because I'm like, man, it was really good, but I didn't watch it again because I was cleaning up watching it. I love binge watching sometimes. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes I let an episode stack up a couple of episodes a season. So I could, when I'm watching a season, I let 2 episodes stack up because I already know if an episode good, I want the next one now. So I do that. hmm I will, and I'm gonna make sure tonight that I completely charge. Last time I went to the doctor first. Then when I got there, my phone was low. I wasn't able to get as many videos as I wanted, so I do more pictures and stuff. But not this time. I'm charging up my portable charger, my charger. My phone will be completely charged, please, honey. I got 10. I got 10. I ain't got 10. They gonna mess around. No, not that. Yes, yes, I will. I will. I will. But yeah, oh, it was so good though. It was so good. And I'm like, it keeps saying part one, like the saga part one. Like that must mean it's gonna be another 4 episodes. Hmm. Oh, Orange is the New Black, and that was the good thing about Orange is the New Black. As soon as it came on Netflix, I could watch the whole thing on season. And honey, I did. I was all up into Orange is the New Black into the riots. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I wasn't. We had too many that year of the police putting knees in back of black people's neck, and they passed. And it was real hard when they did this old girl up in there. It was just hard for me. It was almost like on Degrassi when they killed JT. It was hard for me to bounce back from that. I was like, oh. And I've tried to go back to Orange is the New Black, but I swear to y'all, I just can't come from that. Like after the riots, I couldn't come from it. Like, ugh, something just makes so mad. Please, I used to binge watch The Wire, the Sopranos. Because I'd have been to watch the season, then sit and watch that whole. When it was over, watch the whole season on demand. Please, The Wire, and I'm watching the whole season. Remember when The Wire on demand? I don't know if y'all had this, but if you had on demand, you used to be able to get The Wire like a day early, baby. You thought you was doing something, huh? I was doing it. Man, you be up 3 in the morning for that thing to air, baby. Bye. All them shows, I could think of them, please. Oh man, just all in it. When I used to TiVo everything, please, I get done with a season of something and be watching. All back in. I used to love Will and Gray. I watch shows. So it's probably gonna be nothing you're gonna really name I didn't really watch. Like baby, I watch baby. I was all over there like TV. And I like to respect shows. So if you DVR it or something, you got to watch it within the first 24 hours and it still be counted to those numbers they trying to get, just like most people trying to get when you put something out. When you watching a TV show, please stay there and watch it until it gets finished for this first commercial break. When it comes back from its first commercial break, and if you watch it in its entirety with commercials without flipping too, that gives it in the ratings. Everybody got numbers and analytics. Everything does. Just like when a movie comes out, go and pay for it. These days, you don't even have to go to the theaters. Buy it on a streaming device. You know what I'm saying? But we don't need to bootleg, just like music. These days, you can stream it, but you're helping. It's in the sales, it shows in their numbers. So, like, I'm a big supporter of doing things like that because we can't always give everybody money. But trust me, the analytics, especially with shows, that's why Football, people do the stats during the halftime to get it because they know how many people gonna be watching that commercial. You know the numbers that commercial gonna hit, so people look for that. So yeah, that's why some commercials get louder when you come on to get your attention to make you just watch it and sit there and watch because now I'm stuck to it. You know, ads help pay for these shows, so that's why they always in there. So maybe if your DVR is good, you can fast forward. They're gonna be there because they pay the bills. Dirty Dancing. You talking about the little show they had, Dirty Dancing, or the movie? That was like one of my favorites. Oh yeah, Sopranos is definitely. Oh yeah, I definitely had The Sopranos on DVD. The Wire on DVD. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Oz on DVD. I used to watch all that. I used to watch. Oh, what was the name of that show? Oh, he's that comedian. Um, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I used to watch that. Bill Maher, and stuff. Everything. I'm telling you, I watched it all. Yeah, you say every day. Oh, the movie. Oh, Dirty Dancing, the movie. Nobody puts Baby in the corner. It's one of the most classic movies ever. I mean, it's got so many classic parts and lines and great music and one of my favorite songs with Patrick Swayze. Oh, oh, she's like the wind in my dreams. And she holds the night. Is that the word? Next to me. I just know that part. I look in the mirror and all I see. Oh, I love that song. Oh, sorry. But Dirty Dancing, sorry. Back to the movie. Great movie. Great movie. Great movie. hmm she thought Patrick was an old girl. That was his dance partner. And really, the whole time, it was the dude your sister about to give herself to. The who looked innocent. Everybody was judging Patrick Swayze like he was trash because he did a dirty dance and he wore a leather coat. He rode the motorcycle. He was about to get all them babies' guts, but everybody was watching him. And the whole time it was that old son of a gun punky. What's his name? Robbie. He won. He won. And then even once again, siblings. Even baby sister thought she was better than her. You over there chasing that bad boy don't want you, and he wants me, and I'm gonna make him mine, and he don't want you, girl. Girl, he want every girl up on here, girl. He knocking women up and leaving them stranded to have botched situations done to them that could have took their life, girl. Bye. Robbie ain't nothing. Sorry, girl. Don't get me started on him, cause I'll attack Robbie. Oh yeah, I probably yes, and that was probably in 1 year, girl. Oh, Dirty Dance, I've seen 18 billion times. Yes, yes, so much that when he teaching her to do the dance, that's one of my favorite parts. When he first teaching and she's still stiff, you know, he teaching her to jump in the water. Girl, that's my movie, girl. Yeah, I probably would have watched it all something because when I get stuck on something, I watch it every day. I can't even lie. But I try not to make other people watch it every day with me. It just be my thing. I might put it on every night when I go to bed or something, but I don't try to make everybody watch it. I try not to do that, but I might, but I don't. I don't. Don't judge me. Yes, that's a classic, though. Yes, that's a classic. But y'all, you know what? I have been long winded today. It has been a good day. We had a great pajama jimmy jam day. Y'all, please, if y'all didn't watch that, I don't even. I'm watching it again. I'm gonna watch it again. It was good, but I ain't gonna lie, it's got me wanting to watch Flowers in the Attic again too, because it was good too. Because he kept playing, you know, his little things. I'm like, But then they were showing something I didn't know what it was. I'm like, does he have another series coming out? But they probably not gonna do it till next year because they did Flowers in the Attic last year. They doing this one this year. So if he got another one, it's probably not gonna be till next year. hmm Yes, yes. Yeah, Jennifer Gray. I used to love Dancing with the Stars too. I used to watch all of them. America's Got Talent, American's Idol, So You Think You Could Dance, America's Next Dance Crew, um, all of them, all the shows, everything. I used to watch them. At one point, we had such good shows every day of the week. There was something on I wanted to watch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Down to Sunday with Housewives. Like, it was always something. Always something good. These days, sometimes I'm like, if I don't get into a show, I don't even be turning on other than Netflix. I turn on Disney. I turn on, you know what I mean? I turn on Prime. That's about it. Mad Singer, yep. 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 The season before last, I was really into. And then when it first came out, super duper into it. This last season, I missed a lot of it. So going backwards to catch it up, I didn't. But the other one, that was a real good one because it definitely had me convinced. But I tell you one thing, I heard my Carney. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just like, I know Carney. I know I used to love Hold On One More Day. That's still my jam. Break free from the chains. Even they were telling us to break free back then. Because they said they know that there is pain, but if you hold on for one more day and break free from the chains. That's my jam. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, when you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know? Don't you know? Things are changing. Things will go your way. I like they lying. Stop lying, Carney. Ain't shit going my way, Connie. Y'all happy because you're Phillips, bitches. Now I'm talking about some y'all hear him? If you hold on for one more day, things are gonna what the them words hit different when you get a little older, don't they? When you was a kid, you was like, but Connie better sit her ass down. It don't seem like it's going her way. She seems to be the biggest of them all. That's not going Connie's way. But Connie seemed almost like the happiest of them all. I liked Connie the most. I can't tell you shit about the other two. Connie didn't lie. She kept it real with me. I love you for that. I used to watch your talk show too. I wasn't as into your talk show as I was your singing, but girl, I watched it. Once again, I watched all the shows. Sally Jesse Raphael, Geraldo, Jenny Jones, Rolanda, Jerry. I was watching Jerry when he was talking Holocaust and good stuff. And then I watched him when he was trash. I did. I watched every heifer fall down that doggone run of shame. Girl, if you good enough to be sleeping with all them men, girl, don't run. Just stand in it. Oh, well. Or be woman and say, well, that's a possibility. It's a great chance he might not be the daddy and it might be his father. You know, just come on, be a Cutler. Don't be a Cutler. Yeah, I watched them all, girl. I watched them. I watched them. I didn't need to watch the documentary on the episode when Jenny Jones set that man up to go come on there and flirt with that man, and then that man ended up taking his life. I watched the episode. We heard about it when it happened. We didn't know it was gonna lead to all that. Who knew? You know, that's how I watched all that stuff. I used to be like, Sally, pull your glasses up. And I used to be like back then. That's why one day I was in a chat about a year and a half ago. And somebody, I think it was that girl on the one Roll always getting into it with Tyra and Nicole or whatever her name is. She was in the chat and I said something. We were talking about something. I said something like Jenny Jones should be like 70. She said Jenny Jones, and I said she was 50 in the 90s. I know that much. That's people say Jenny Jones look good for age. And one buddy say she aging good for a white woman. They did. They used to say it all the time. She look good. So that these folks looking at Jenny Jones. Man, damn. Oh yeah, Sally would get in them. She get them wayward kids on there. She was the first one getting them on there. And Sally be checking them glasses right at the tip of her nose. Sally didn't get them. Where my glasses at? Y'all lucky I don't got my glasses up here. Because Sally get them. I loved her. I love Sally. So Geraldo was hit or miss. So sometimes Geraldo had real gangbangers on there. And sometimes you're like, oh, where did he get these studio gangsters? Did he just give them a flannel and button the top and tell them pull your socks up to your ankles? Because these ain't gangbangers. They telling too much. They ain't even blurred out Geraldo. I can't, child. I watched them all. I'm guilty. Oh, girl, I was sure, but I'm telling you, I used to watch all of them. I was watching all of them, honey. I was into it because I don't know if y'all noticed. At one point, they had nighttime talk show. They came on at night. They didn't come on in the morning. It was night. That's what what's her name? Rolanda came on. Mm-hmm. I remember when Steve Wilkos stopped being a security guard for Jerry Springer and started his own show. I used to think Steve was sexy. I knew he was a cop. He had that Chicago cop swag. You know a Chicago dick. You know him when you see. I ain't talking about in a bad way. I'm talking detectives. You know, you could tell him. You could tell him. The plain clothes. You know they got a different cop. I can't tell you what your cops doing in the city, but I know man. I know them mofos. And at one point they had a look. I call it the '90s. They just had a whole look. Steve Wilkos. They had that look. Steve Wilkos' cop father was like a big time police officer in Cabrini Green. Was it Cabrini Green he was in? He was in one of our projects at one time. Yeah. I ain't heard no shady shit on your dad, Steve, because you know I know much shitty, but he was one thing. Now, that was years ago. Steve been retired from Chicago. But if you used to pay attention back in old Jerry, Steve would be giving somebody a, he would like, oh, they got that shot town. They get I said, I'm seeing you. And then I don't know if you know, they stopped filming in Chicago and they was filming in like, dang. Oh, where was he filming? They were filming in Chicago and then they stopped filming in Chicago. Anyway, let me start. Y'all know Harpo, shoot. We can go. I can get them a bus to y'all to Harpo studio. Yeah, but I know. I can imagine. But y'all, I'm gonna get out of here because honestly, I don't know. I need to. It's getting late. I don't even know if I want to eat something this late. I ate earlier. I feel like my day has been running so much. I ate earlier. I don't want to make nothing heavy. I want to just make sense. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all know me. Then I'll be posting a 4-star meal. Like, well, girl, where'd she go? I was like, I need to lose some weight. And my stomach's like, I can't wait to eat. I was like, I gotta stop. This has to stop. I'm not going to fight with the person inside of the person inside of my stomach. Like, I can't keep doing this. I can't. I feel like we just always have a tug of war. And I feel like sometimes I just let the rope go and grab the fork. I don't know, but I don't judge myself. You know better, you do better. Eagles, hey, Enduring King, welcome. You coming in right when we leaving. We had reviewed this show off Lifetime today. It was so good. This series called Dawn. It was so good. So, like I said, on a Jam. I've enjoyed y'all. As we go into our new week, y'all, we about to touch August, baby. 8 is my lucky number. We touching the 8th month of the year. It's Leo season, baby. I got mad respect for the Leos, the Lions. You know what I mean? I got so much love for so many Leos. I have a Leo. One of my children is about to celebrate his birthday. My youngest, actually. And, in August, I say it's not tomorrow. According to him, it's probably every day of August. It's probably every day of August, to be young again. But yeah, so we going into Leo season, new things. So like I said, I'm trying to see who is that honking constantly. I get that. Anyway. But yeah, so we'll be starting some new things. So it's a new week. I hope everybody goes into the new week with something new. I hope that whatever was plaguing us or bothering us or hurting us last week, I don't think none of it's weird. I do. Because who just sitting there riding on somebody's horn like that? Because if you picking somebody up, that's not how you pick nobody up. I can't. Anyway. But yeah, if it's something been bothering you, I hope it get better. Something been stressing you, I hope you found some solution. You know what I mean? If it's something you need removed, I hope it's removed. You know? And so I hope we all go into the week having a better week than before. And if your week was good last week, I hope it's better still. I mean that. So I hope we go in here laughing, doing something, handling business, whatever. But I hope we all start our week good. And as far as me, like I said, I'm doing a lot tomorrow, so I cannot say I'm going live at all. But I definitely know I'll be dropping uploads and shorts. I definitely do, and I definitely know, like I said, once again, if I did take a moment to do like some private live, it would definitely be to my members in the zoo. But other than that, I'm gonna enjoy the moment. I'm truly gonna enjoy the moment, and I'm gonna thank God for that. I'm just gonna enjoy that. That's what I'm gonna go into my day with. So I have enjoyed y'all. I feel like I have been on live today, and I haven't. It's at 3 hours, and I was like, "Wait, did I go? Was I on here too much today?" That's how I feel. But man, watch. I hate that I so last minute even put it up. It ended, but I wanted to talk about it instantly. But then I wanted people to also, if you didn't, hey, watch it. Watch an episode. Watch the first one, see if you like it. If you wanted people to watch backwards, watch the last one. But I'd start from the first one. It's good. It's good. And you don't have to binge watch them like I'm saying I do. But it was definitely good. It was definitely good. And it's just a reminder of family. And hey, if your family that screwed up, did you become as screwed up or did you become something better? Did you break the chain or are you just another link in the chain? So it'll make you question it, but nobody family perfect. None of us. None. None. And matter of fact, the imperfections and perfections made me better. So I know that much. Mm-hmm. Oh, no problem. No problem. Support and love is what keep us rising. Once again, in rap music, one time Rick Ross said, "A real boss makes sure everybody gonna eat. Who needs to stop? A real boss don't need so that everybody can eat. Cause I don't need people jealous. I want to see people win. And I got to tell you, you can win with me or you can watch me win, but I'm a win. Cause failure is not an option. So you better know if I'm saying it, I ain't just saying it for fun. I mean it. I want to see you win. I want to see, you know what I mean? That's it. I like to be surrounded by greatness. I do. I do. It make me greater. When you around good people, Russell Simmons, we can say what we want about him, but when he wrote that book, one of the things he told you about being an entrepreneur is anything you have, be willing to let go of it in 5 years, because if you really that thing, you can build something else. That's one thing. But you better know. You better know. You better know. Shoot. I heard that from Russell Simmons over 20 years ago, and let me tell you something. I won't even work a job 5 years. I won't. If after 5 years, like, what am I only? No, I'm just gonna keep me. I did, and that's nothing against nobody. Please don't think I'm saying that, y'all. I just for me, but it's also because I've always had a spirit of being like an entrepreneur, being free, and like one of those ones, almost like a person that's in a band. They out there ain't even eating because they gotta be a struggling artist with their guitar on. That's me. I didn't say I meant I thought I was just gonna be bucking from the beginning. I knew I was literally gonna climb it the right way from the complete bottom to the top. But I would enjoy it the most because I know for a fact I literally got it the hard way, got it the real way, got it from the mud, and respected it. Because I didn't when I was going through the bad, because I didn't think it'd be good. So, break that chain, hashtag break that chain. I really believe in that. Break the chain, break the train. Be better than anything that was bad to you. Don't become it. Because if you don't, the recycle will never stop. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. Yes, 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 yes. And if anybody watching it, even though I said and just talked about a lot of it, anybody end up watching it, what I'm telling you is we can talk about it again on Friday, Sunday. That get a whole week. You can watch an episode a day or every other. Well, we can talk about it. We don't have to talk about it right. I mean, it's on. You can watch it. We could bring this up in 3 weeks and I'll still talk about it. Who's clocking my room? That's the case. We would have did it week by week. No, we just discussing a series. It's a great series. It was interesting. If I'm watching drama, that was kind of drama that I was there for it. I was on the edge of my seat. I couldn't do. I wasn't answering my phone. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Much respect. I got nothing but respect for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. I would. I would. I can't do toxic. I can't. It don't get you nowhere. It don't get you nowhere. And even when it gets you the cloud, that cloud only lasts till the next real toxic mofo come check the shit out you. And your reign on the top be short like leprechauns. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it go. Daisy Daisy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I said, Johnson, yeah, I'm gonna figure out something. I think I'm gonna eat something. I'm debating probably just like a sandwich. I don't know. Like I said, the more I say sandwich, I'm like, no, I kind of want a Philly steak. Then a part of me like, I want some catfish. Girl, stop. But I know I'm about to get something to eat because now I'm talking food. Now I'm talking food. But all right, y'all. I think I got one more video, but I probably might be upload. I was gonna probably put up with my granddaughter. I think I'm gonna do a photo upload. And no, I think I'm gonna do two shorts tonight because I don't think I've dropped a short tonight. I'm gonna drop two shorts tonight, and then tomorrow it will definitely be zoo uploads. It will be zoo uploads. It will be my juicer uploads because I will have her for a little bit tomorrow. I got a very busy morning, so I know that at least from as I did something earlier, I know from 9 to 4 I am completely booked. Like I don't even. I I am completely booked from there. I know that much. From 9 to 4, I'm gonna be in that realm. So, like I said, it'll definitely be upload shorts, and like I said, if I have a minute to do a live, it'll be a short one. So it'll definitely be a members because it might only be about 10, 15 minutes. Because once again, I'm going with an almost 2 year old. I got to keep the attention where it is. I ain't got time to be having photo ops. You can film, but I can't stop to actually sit and talk because then I'm not spending time. And I definitely want to spend as much time with my grandbabies as I can as long as I'm breathing. So, yeah, y'all. So I will get back at you. Have a good night. I love y'all. I have enjoyed you all today. So, Pajama Jam Sunday, and I've enjoyed it. I've been chillaxed all day. It's been a laid back day. I hope everybody enjoyed your day. If you missed it, that means you was better been chilling. You better had a good day because that's what I love on a Pajama Jammy day. Rest, relax, chill, enjoy yourself, listen to good music, get around people that love you, talk to people that inspire you, encourage you, believe in you, and accept you for you. If you got to change anything but who you are to please them, then you're selling yourself short. I love y'all. Keep that crown on, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.